Okay. And it's going to stay like that. You click end broadcast when you're finished, right? But again, it's showing you where you're linked. We're linked to the YouTube page. You guys can go, the chat I gave you was in the YouTube page. And you'll see here that there's a live clock that goes, right? And that will just go nonstop throughout the course of the day. So you have an idea of how long you have been on. If you know you need to keep it to 30 minutes, if you know you need to keep it to an hour, whatever it is, this will always be there, and it's not seen by the public. This is literally just on your back end. So don't worry about that when you start thinking about things like graphics, right? So is anybody on the page? Are we live on YouTube? I see y'all. Okay, good. So, yep. My cats are catting. So if you see a feline, this is the wrong one. There's another. Here we go. All right. So this is what streaming through StreamYard is like, right? This is what this is going to look like. I just paused it because we're going to get feedback, but this is how it shows up. And this is the way that you're able to link, right? So you guys can stay on there because I want to go through this while we're live. I want to show you some of the things, some of the functionality on the back end of StreamYard while we're doing this, right? Okay, so comments. This is when I fell in love with StreamYard, right? I see you guys commenting on the YouTube page. So here's the thing with commenting. For all of the destinations, right, that you link to your stream, all of the comments from all of those destinations are aggregated into one place, which is this comment place, right? So you're seeing here all of this, Bookish Vineyard, Queen of DC, Rich. These are people that are commenting on YouTube, not in StreamYard. They're commenting in YouTube. So this is one of the things you can do. It says show. You can pop people's comments in and they show up on the actual screen, which is dope. It's super dope. So say you're talking about a panel, right? And there's a subject matter and somebody has a question that is super relevant to what's happening. You can pop up that question in the comments, and literally as the speaker is answering the question, you can keep that up. It's also way more interactive for people watching. They're not just watching. People love getting some shine. Like they love getting their name up here. Like, oh yeah, you're talking to me, Rich. You know, we have this here. So these comments can keep coming, and literally you pop it up and you can pop them in and out. You can hold them up there for as long as you want. You can take them down immediately. You can go back and forth with it. I also like that they aggregate everything here too, because say you get a troll, it's not going to automatically pop up. You can actually delete people's messages, put user in timeout. You can block the user. You can do all of these things to also help like for privacy purposes and making sure somebody isn't just like popping off in the back end in your comments and it's coming up on your live feed, right? So they have a lot of functionality on this back end, but this is literally like, it's one of my favorite things, right? I love the fact that you can pop people in. You can also change the way it looks, right? Banners is another thing that we utilize a lot as well, right? CurateCommunityCourse.com/sign-up. That's the website that brought you all here that signed up for the newsletter, right? That banner can stay up for as long as you want it to. Another way that you can have messaging that you want to be repetitive or to stay up on the screen in StreamYard too, you can turn it into a ticker. And literally the whole time that you're talking, there's this movement where this ticker will literally just recycle whatever the messaging is over and over and over again. Is there a different way to see the Q&A so you're not reading every chat? Marcia, no, unfortunately there isn't. They literally aggregate everyone into that one space. So you kind of gotta be able to split the brain a little bit and read comments. It's easier if you have multiple panelists talking, because while they're talking, you can be reading the comments and kind of popping them in and out during that time without it jamming you up. Somebody said, here I was, I thought you were doing magic. No, it's real. It's real. If it's pre-recorded, you won't be able to get the comments. Vanessa, amazing point. Absolutely not. You're absolutely right. If it's pre-recorded, you're not going to have comments because you're not going to be linking it to a destination. You're going to be skipping that and doing a recording only. There's a recording only option in the destinations. And that's for if you just want to record it because you just want the file and you know you're going to do something with it later. So when I do the Facebook one you saw actually is a perfect example. That was not live. All I did is I set up the background aesthetic, and I made it a record only in the destinations. And from there, I knew I had the file so I could edit and do whatever else I needed on the back end. Can you have different tickers for different sessions? Yep, you can. Okay, so actually that's a good point. So here's the deal. You can literally create another banner on the fly. I've done this while people were literally talking. Like if somebody says something that's really good and I'm like, or they say a website, that's something that happens all the time. Like, hey, you guys should know about this website. I'll literally be in the back end like, hey, let me throw that up real quick. And I'll make it a really quick banner and I'll throw it up while the person is still talking about it. You can also edit them. Time too.
Get that.
Sorry, Siri or whatever on my computer is like acting up. You can edit it in real time too. So there's a lot of flex here, I say if you have a panel and you want the title to be just like static on the bottom the whole time, just do that before the session starts. You can go in here and mess with stuff and not be live in your broadcast. I would just create it beforehand. Comments, love the ticker, right? So I love this. Ticker's a great option. It keeps the eye moving too. Sometimes it can be too busy depending on what your background is. It's really just up to what you want. And then brand. Brand is what things look like. So we have brand color. If you know NOMADNESS, you know that this is our joint. So we tend to keep stuff, but you can literally click it into any color and really give it your own feel. And then I have this on minimal, but I want to show you guys what the banners look like when it's on default. Look at how everybody's name just changed, right? So that just changed. Let's go back to banner. Banners look super different now, right? So it's all about the feel that you want to have while you're doing this. Got it, right? Okay. So this is really cool. This is all of like branding stuff. We'll bring it back to minimal. You can do all this stuff in real life. Also, logo. So we're going to go all the way down through here. You see it's on NOMADNESS right now. I kept it that way just because NOMADNESS is populated a lot. But if you click down, you can add a new brand. So honestly, after this run through, I'm probably going to add a new brand just for a Curate Community course and put my own like imaging and colors and all that stuff in here. But I wanted you guys to see it on a brand that was already populated on the platform. So you can upload a logo. These tend to come out really small. So look in the upper right corner. That's what it was. And that's what it is now, right? So it's flipping from the NOMADNESS, different color NOMADNESS logos to the Curate Community course. So that's like a level of branding. I think that's like the small level of branding. But if you want your logo up there and you make it more prominent, go for it. Overlays. Overlays are, for those of you who don't know, let me get this banner out the way just so it's not. Yeah. Overlays. This is what we use for Audacity Digi 1. Right? So if you were at Audacity Digi 1 and you saw like these cute graphics and stuff like that, all this artwork was made in Canva. This is what was on the stage. If you came to Audacity Digi 2, this is what the stage looked like. And we kind of just like remixed it, right? Overlays go over. You want them to be a PNG file so that it's a PNG literally just means a transparent background. So you're not taking up like a whole white background. You're literally just using the artistic elements. You want it to be an uploaded PNG file. You can create this. The one thing I would say that you need to really look out for and be careful of with overlays is overlays have the ability to go over people's faces. So if we had more people in here, matter of fact, I'm gonna pop some folks out just for a second to see if I can show you. See how we're bigger and all of a sudden her name is blocked and it's going into Anne's picture. that's what starts happening with overlays. You have to be very specific on the dimensions, how many people are going to be in here, and what your configuration is going to be like at any given time on your presentation, because that is going to be on the outside, and it may make it where it's not visible enough for like people's faces, may get cut out, people's names may get cut out. It just depends. So that's what I would say to look out for when it comes to overlays. And then I clicked on it again just to make it go away. This is new. You can now add video clips. This is not anything that we've utilized. This is nothing that we've utilized yet, but there's countdowns that people have. I have seen people use this for their own presentations. And then, like I said, backgrounds. You can find stock images. I think Marco, who I love and adore, I'm so glad that he's here. I didn't realize that he was here, gave some websites as well on the back end, but this is also where you see the artwork that has been curated in Canva. And then we upload this as a PNG file or a JPEG file, depending on what our needs are, and create that as our backdrop. The thing about backgrounds, see how everybody's completely in full form. The name is complete. There's no issues with the background that you have with overlay. Remember, overlay, you got to be very strategic. I could literally take the same artistic elements in that overlay and turn them into a background, and it'll be there, but we won't run into the issue. So we have actually switched from using overlays a lot to using backgrounds more, because it looks better, and we never run into any issues with it. And then the private chat. The private chat is essentially just how you speak to your speakers. So everybody who's on the stage, Kayla, Nubia, Ann, this is something, just throw something in that chat. This is something that the general public watching cannot see. They can't see it. This is just for us. If there's a glitch in StreamYard is also very great when it comes to glitches. If somebody freezes, if somebody's internet goes out, literally all they have to do is click right back on the URL that you sent them, this invite here. They click right back on that, and they just come right back in. And remember, you can see when they're settled, because when they're not live, they're still in the queue, but they're gray, right? And settings is just that, kind of like if you wanted to play around, different cameras, audio, green screen, guests, band guests, play a sound when a guest enters, just little things. But like I said, it's not so robust that it feels intimidating. I really love the user interface of StreamYard, and I think it's very approachable. It's very approachable for people. Let me see what is in the chat here. I know we have some people that have to break out. It's all good. Don't worry about it. For people who are asking if this is going to be, this particular one is not going to be here, but this course will be a part of the package that comes out for the event on December 18th. So if you're getting it today and you need it again, like, don't worry about it. Yeah. So these are the functionalities of StreamYard, guys. So I'm really, really excited about you all kind of like jumping into this. Are there any questions that you have pertaining to this before I end the broadcast on YouTube? We can still stay in here and we're still on Zoom, but I'm going to end the broadcast on YouTube. Think we're good? Okay, cool. I'm going to end the broadcast. Again, it double check.